Okay, Terry, I have to check that baby skin of yours. So anyway, here we go. Guys, oh, and Michael said facials, manicure on my finger. Oh my goodness, we have a group of
Amazing,
manicure.
amazing.
Ladies, the men are getting ahead of you. Come on, show your stuff, ladies. The men are getting ahead of you. Two of
I
them. Come on,
know.
come on, come on.
Oh, there you
Let's
go.
get
I
this
have
going.
been drinking water, more water. Yes, good for you, Pallavi. Good for you.
Oh, hi, is that Pallavi? Yeah, that's a new name now. Everybody changes their name. I cannot keep
I
up with
think,
the
no,
names.
sorry, not Pallavi, Fallon. My
I
niece.
thought that was
Yes.
Fallon. I thought it was Fallon. So anyway, let us get this show on the road. So
Okay.
you guys missed us. We missed you more. We come here on a Sunday morning at 9:30 to wake you up. We told you you can stay in bed. You can hug your significant other. You can have breakfast in bed. You can have your coffee. You can have water. You can do your thing while you're listening to what we're telling you to do. So one of the things we always said is taking care of you. You are important, but if you do not take care of the others around you, your importance has gone, because then, it's not working. So it's taking the whole unit that you belong to and put them together. That's what we have to do. So, and when we come here, we come to serve you. We come to tell you what it is you would like to know. But we ask you every time to give us a little bit of what you want. Tell us what you're looking for.
Yeah.
We have, Yuko has tons of ideas, but we need to meet you where you are. So if you heard something or you have tried something and it works, remember, you can share it here and we can help somebody else. Because
That's
the
so
whole
true.
idea of this became like this, because Yuko and I felt we have some unique things we did and we wanted to bring it out. So what do you think, Yuko? What was the most unique thing we brought out?
Probably drinking water. Shouldn't say probably. I truly think drinking water, right? Because I've heard so many people like, oh, I drink water, like Michael's, or like my niece and everyone, Terry. Like if 3 or 4 people here says drinking water, I'm sure more people watch our show, right? And then that's drinking water. It's like really help my life, help you guys' life too, right? So, but I am pretty sure if the self-care practice, self-care, doing self-care things, that everybody has a different way. And then like Tessa said, if you guys want to share, are willing to share your self-care practice, let us know. Put in a comment, because your self-care practice will help somebody else, right? So we would love to hear that too. Do not shy putting a comment. Well, Tessa and I will do the best to catching you guys' comment to help to spread out too.
So let us look at this.
Yes.
Let us look at this one thing that you are doing today. Do you know, by joining us on the self-care show, that you're actually giving yourself some self-care? You know that, right? Because that is a time for you. That is a time where you're going to smile. We guarantee that you'll be smiling in a few minutes. That is something we give you.
That's self-care too. Oh my gosh, yes.
So just come in and sit here and relax with us, or do like Terry and do like Michael and do like what is his name? He was there on Friday. Anyway, and like Ezra, and say something to us. So she said Ezra is on the bike right now. That's self-care. Self-care while she's watching self-care. So I would like to tell you guys what Yuko and I do. We have some morning routines that are quite unique, maybe different. We have things we do throughout the day that is a little bit different. Besides IG Lives, we go for walks, and when we cannot go for walks, we climb our stairs in our house for 10 minutes at a time while listening to one of your lives or a podcast or something else. So we find moments in the day to do things to keep our bodies healthy and our mind tuned. So when we talk of self-care, we think of the body, right? Everybody thinks it's the body. It's not only the body.
No.
It's your mind, your thoughts, your actions. So that is something we must remember. What do you have on that, Yuko?
Action, mind. Yeah. Well, I think it's like it's important to have what you ingest. What do you ingest? Right? No, it's the food is super important. Food is your medicine too. And it also it's a self-care. So what do you ingest? You know, food and mind. What do you
Yes.
ingest? What do you feed in your mind? Those ones are that important too, because it's mind and body connecting together too. And then I find it, you know, when I get really stressed out, I tend to ingest something not really healthy, and my body is saying, it's okay, it's comfort food. And then after that, how do I feel? Like eating a bag of chips or or maybe 10 Twix bars. I don't know. Or the box of chocolate from Christmas. How do I feel? You know, I'm pretty sure you guys just probably can imagine too, right?
So you guys telling us about the food she ingests. Are you sure it's your mind that is telling you that, or is it your stomach that's telling you I don't like it? Which one is connected?
Well, probably the mind first. For me, it's mind first. So stomach probably let me know, feel yucky. Stomach tell like, it's hard to digest. But I think it's mind. Mind is telling me to.
Your mind, well, what I know for sure is that if I always know what I shouldn't eat. And if I have it, I already know. So my mind is already warned me. You know you're going to be messed up.
Yes.
So I take it, and then I'm walking around and I'm thinking, this is not good. And I realize one thing that happens when that happens to me is that I am not in the moment. I made that choice, not thinking in the moment. And I think that is, you know, because
I like that.
The chocolate bar is there. I'm going to have it. It's not in the moment because I'm not thinking. If I had stayed in the moment, I would be thinking about the consequences in an hour. That I would feel yucky. So I want to know, you ladies, remember that Yoko talk and gentlemen is what you ingest, but we have to be in the moment so as to realize what it is we are ingesting. So sometimes we talk a lot about ingesting the food and ingest, and we see it as food. But Yuko, what do you think about what we take in before we eat? Not the food, but what we hear. What causes us, we're watching TV, what it is we're taking that causes us not to be in the moment.
It's a scarcity, worry, anxiety. Every time we watch news, I mean, you and me, we don't really watch news, but it's like, for example.
I watch it on the run.
Yeah, but some people, they consume too much of the news, or it's read too much, and they just like get really scared. They ingesting something they're not really good for their brain, and they spend too much time, just like a junk food. It's addictive. You know, does something make you worried, something make you scared, the news or whatever, those ones are kind of like a junk food, because you want to do like more and more and more.
And it's more of the same thing. But what I have observed is that, like when we go on a ladies' weekend with my ladies friends, we go on a weekend.
Yep.
All the food that comes is junk food, and then they're sitting there and they're chomping it and watching the news. Now I eat from about 11 to 5.
Yeah.
But I cannot eat a lot. I eat small portions, but it's just me. I eat everything, but I do not eat in a big meal. The mere idea of somebody putting a plate full of food in front of me and serving it to me, I'm already full. I look at it and I go, I can't do this. So I have to take another plate and move from that plate that they've given me to eat. But what I notice is that while they're watching the news, they're eating so fast that they're not realizing that.
True.
So
That's so true.
at that time,
Yeah.
we are ingesting two things: the news that is stressing us out. Now that we are stressed and suffering from anxiety, we are eating what is not good for us. So
Yeah.
ingestion is hard because we
Mm-hmm.
do not realize when we're ingesting. You have to let my secret out. I just haven't got a big stomach. I don't know why. I cannot take a lot of food in at a time.
I understand why everybody's different, but I think that's so true. Sometimes you're watching TV and sometimes you don't even know what you were eating and just like, I'm finished eating because not paying attention, right? It's like we're just like ingesting. So like watching TV, eating. So you're not engaged in the moment. When I eat, I prefer turn TV off. I do actually I turn TV off.
I
I
cannot
tell
eat I cannot eat with the TV. If I live alone and mostly on the weekdays, unless the girls decide to come,
Mhm.
I eat by myself. But what I do, I prepare the table like I'm eating. I don't know. I have the settings. I cannot eat with a fork alone. Everything would fall. I just cannot do it. I need to have the knife and the fork going together.
Mhm.
And so I have to set the table. I have to have water. I have to, if I'm having something like wine, that has to be there. I have to have a napkin. And that's
So
just
like
me.
it's a table not fancy, but it's a fine dining
It is
level of
dining. I'm
table
going to
setting.
eat. Yeah, so no TV goes on when I'm eating. And we keep that in our family. The TV doesn't go on. Cell phones off the table. My son-in-law and my daughter came once and they were visiting me. And they were sitting in the family room, and there they were on their cell phone. I looked at the situation and I just got up and I went to the kitchen. I
Mhm.
had stuff to do, so I was doing it. My daughter came. Why did you leave? I said, what's the point? You guys are on your cell phone. What's the conversation happening here? So
Mhm.
they never did that again. They never did it again because they know I would just go. I do not take those things, like this. You want to talk. That is self-care. You cannot be so connected all the time to this device. So when I eat, I set the table that I'm entertaining people. I don't care
Mhm.
because I cannot sit and eat in front of the TV. I would choke. I do not have the ability to hold a plate in my hand or on a tray. I
Yes.
would have to clean it. Somehow it would just not be comfortable.
Mm.
And if you people look at people they go to Europe and they talk about they eat all the fattening foods
Yeah.
that we do, but when they eat, it's like it's sensuous. When
Yes.
when people in Europe, especially in France, Italy, and in Greece,
Yes.
when they're eating, everything is eating. Their entire body's into the thing.
Yes.
So
I get
and
it.
that
Yeah.
yeah, they do not sit and eat and rush. We tend to have to rush in North America. I have no idea why. But if
Yeah.
you go
That
in and
that's not really how ingest the food, precious food. Food is
what is
making you, right? Like
yes, it's
help to
help
build
making you
who you are.
healthy.
Yes.
So how do
Yes.
you eat at home, Yuko? And how do you eat? Do you eat with your family in Japan when you were there?
Well, when I was up, I eat food. We don't have like when I grew up, we had like little dishes everywhere. I
I
mean, on the
know.
table.
Yes,
Not like
I love that.
one big pile of spaghetti. We had
No.
like bowl of rice and bowl of miso soup and some pickles and then fish and then maybe some veggies, right? That's how we eat. We just kind of we took turns. We eat rice and we miso soup. We just kind of like took turns. We not we it's kind of rude to just finishing just the miso soup. So we kind of took turns, and we ate seasonal vegetables back then. Like it's springtime, we have this food, and then so like we and then like I'm very lucky. I grew up a country area, so like my family's friends and grew up, bring always stuff from the garden. I mean, their own garden. So we appreciate.
I know. Isn't it
We
tasty?
appreciate every bite. We appreciate, even if the rice, like one little piece of rice, right? My mom used to tell me, you have to clean your bowl. If you leave just one little tiny rice, you're gonna go blind. You have to have a respect. So if you ingesting precious food like that, I'm pretty sure the food goes into your body and it makes you feel good. A food is so happy into your body. And I believe that's why I am still healthy.
Well, I grew
That's
up.
part of it.
I grew up on a plantation. I don't even know. I grew up. The plantation was here. The house in the city was there. But even in this house where the bakery and the grocery
Yes.
stores were, it was a huge place. So my mom used to plant all vegetables in boxes on stands in the city. So I grew up just going out and grabbing a carrot and having it and eating it right there. So I still do that here. But when it was time for dinner at home and lunch, it was everybody together. If you came dinner, especially supper was 7 p.m., everybody had to be at the table. You are late, you don't eat. Rules my dad had. It was fine. But there was several different dishes all over the table.
Yes.
So you served from them. And I think that is why I eat. When I eat, I have to really take it in. Because you had to. You had conversation. You couldn't talk with your mouth full. You couldn't have your elbows on the table. All those wonderful things, right?
Yes, yes.
But it was the eating with talking with others. While you eat, you must have a conversation. And you heard it as a child. When you come to the table, you have to communicate and talk, ask questions. So that makes the meal more enjoyable. That gives you time to chew. That gives you time to digest because it's a longer process.
Yes.
So instead of we rushing to eat, always like one of the ladies, Erica said, she has 30 minutes to eat at work. So she has to eat fast. I understand, but you're not always at work. You have no control at work. So why not when you go home and you're going to eat at home, make that a feast. Make that better. It doesn't have to be fancy food. It's just what you have. But set it out in the plate so you can see it. Make it appetizing because you eat with your eye before you eat with your mouth. Your eye
so true.
Is catching the way it's set up.
Yes.
So
I understand. Yeah. When I'm preparing the food, even if maybe I eat by myself, and then I just like, okay, maybe if I put a little bit of green leaf, right, green stuff on top of my soup, that's so nice. It's it's enjoyable.
You do.
And then I am taking food, ingesting food with joy.
Yes,
with joy. Yeah.
But you
super
see,
important. And make not healthcare, self-care.
Michael said my wife loves taking hours to eat. That's a woman after my own heart. Eating is so important. Eating is a sensuous thing. Eating should be something that you're taking in with all your passion. You should feel passionate about eating, having a sip of water or a glass of wine and eating and pausing and putting it down. You have to make it so that when you're eating, you can feel that the food is actually doing something to you.
Yeah. And then
you should be.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No,
I just saw a comment. When you really chew your food, you actually eat less. That's so true. That's so true.
Isn't it 26 times you have to chew on that food before you swallow it? Something like that. Yeah.
I've heard.
When I'm at home, I take my time and enjoy every bite. I light my candles and have a glass of wine. You have to.
My sister, Erica, wine. Where is Arita? I'm looking for Arita too.
When after dinner, what do you have after dinner? After you've had dinner and you relax and you brush your teeth and you're sitting, what do you do? What do you take in at that moment? What it is we're taking in at that moment? More news? More bad news? Is that that? No. What do you do?
I'm still enjoying. I always tell my family, like, I put my effort and love so much into my cooking. right? So I want you guys enjoy. So me, after eat dinner, I am enjoying a sip of wine.
Well, sometimes
I
for
don't watch.
me,
I don't watch news. I just because that turned me off.
it does, it does. So sometimes
Yes.
for me, I don't mind after dinner to have a little brandy. I can do that. I can sit, put my feet up, have a
Yeah.
book, and sip on before and relax before I start getting organized for bed. So everything we do from the time we wake up in the morning, we're taking it in. Ezra has a cup of tea while relaxing. So she has tea. I
Oh,
have a brandy.
sweet. Yeah.
So one of the things you have to remember all day long, from the time we wake up in the morning until we go to bed at night, we're ingesting. And we can only control what we're ingesting if we try to stay in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So we ingest the thoughts that come in, we ingest what we heard on the news, and of course we know we all ingest, we take food in. So how do we're talking about ingesting. So how do you take it when you get this person that calls you with a litany of comments or depressing stuff or horrible this, and how do you manage this?
Me? How? Well, how do I manage? I use actually, this is my how. I use, maybe if I had to listen to it, I listen and then how do I manage? Okay, there are a few different things, but if the things it's been working for me is I use 90 seconds rule. Like, you know what? Like, well, those people keep complaining, or makes me some negative energy, just kind of, friends or whoever, like, so they just kind of ingesting that things. Of course, my emotions goes down, I get upset, but I tell myself 90 seconds, this emotion last 90 seconds. I tell myself, and then this shall pass, and it usually works that way too. Or another way it's working, that shake it off, like shake it off, the technique really working too.
Yeah,
Really working.
that shake it off technique is
Yeah,
really great.
that means taking action. Take action to change to go into another moment.
So let us demonstrate to them what shaking out is all about.
Are we going
So
to?
we have no choice. We have to entertain our friends.
I don't know, Drew is
This
still
is
here, but
this is the Sunday
Drew can
self-care
produce
show.
this one.
This is the Sunday self-care show. Where is the show? So we have to do this. No, let me bring you into the picture so you understand. And that goes for both you men and women. So somebody is calling and they're laying it heavy on you. The word is coming
Yes.
apart. It's time we do that. We need to change that. We have to break this down. Everybody's sad. Everybody's dying. We'll never get back to the same. I'm not taking the vaccine. I'm taking the vaccine. And what are you going to do about it? Right? That's what they do. And you're getting this. And I look at the phone when it's ringing. And I look at the number and I go, thank God they invented a call showing or whatever that thing is. That's what I say to myself. And I look at it and I go, not today. Not right
that's
now.
good.
So you have a choice, people. You do not always have to pick up the phone.
No.
No.
You know what? I love the idea.
I learned that an older manager at the bank told that to me. He said, Tessa-Marie, when you see the phone is ringing and you see TD Canada Trust, let it go to message. The minute it goes to message, you have a chance to come back, and you're in the position of power. And you're controlling your stress level. You're controlling your anxiety. He said, because if you answer the phone immediately and it's a complaint, you have to deal with it, and you might not even be aware that this has happened. So why not let it go to message, take the message, and then act on it? Then you call them, because now you're instigating the call. So
Yeah, yeah.
I use that at home. So when I look and somebody I know is going to just call to dump on me today, and I look at it and I go, not today. And I might not pick up the phone and they leave a message. I say, I'll call you back, and I'll call, and I can control the length of the conversation because
Yes,
I
I
am the
like that
one
technique.
calling.
Yeah. Yep. I like that technique too. Actually, I do same things. I do same things. Not this right now.
No, and then when you cannot control that one, when it is the one from somebody you need to listen to, at the end of the conversation, I go like that. Oh, I have to check this off. I
Just
cannot
yeah.
take.
Oh, I miss that.
I do. I go shake it off, shake it off,
Shake it
I
off, bro. Shake
shake
it off.
it, and then I get on. What's her name? Taylor Swift song. Shake it off. Shake it
Yeah.
off. I shake it off for
Actually,
5 minutes. I have to.
it's silly, but works.
It does.
Works.
It does work. I have no
Right?
magic. At the
Albert
end
does it.
of you shake it
Albert
off. So
doesn't.
at the end of hearing or listening to a conversation or the pain and torment, my wife did this, my husband is so bad, and you've heard it before from the same person, and the world is coming to the end, and
Yeah.
remember they said it's going before times. I mean, you should hear these things people say to me. So at the end of that conversation, put the phone down. I drink a glass of water and I go, I say, Alexa, play Taylor Swift, shake it off. And and I'm shaking it off and dancing around the house like this. I have to get rid of that load that person just left on my shoulders.
That's it. Yeah, I totally, and then bigger is better, actually. The more movement is better. I used to,
Alberta said it works. Okay, Alberta say it works, so it does work. I know it works.
Thank you, Albert. But like long time ago, when something in Japan, we don't really express too much typically, like movement, right? So when something happens, we said just shake it away. Slowly, quiet.
Well, in the Caribbean, we don't. In the Caribbean, we go, wow, that is coming, that is coming.
Yeah. I've learned it since you've mentioned before you go to bed, right?
I do it before I go to bed also, yeah.
And then first for a while, and beside the bed, right?
Yes.
I'm starting to shake it up like this. My husband and buddy, they look at me like, what are you doing? What are you doing? But I kept doing it. Now they get used to it. And then I can sleep better. And then it works. So I starting to do during the day.
Yes, you have
throughout the day.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're in the public, you don't want to do this.
But as soon as you get home, shake it off. Just shake it off. Let it go. It doesn't belong to you.
Did you just turn? You keep
Yes, I twirl.
Oh, I do the thing too.
No, well, that's what you have to do. You cannot take somebody else's garbage and carry it on your shoulder and toss and turn at night. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
So at the end of this conversation, because if it is a family or a good friend, you do not have a choice. You might not be stuck, and you have to listen to the same story. The only thing that changes is the date, the time.
Yeah.
That changes. The conversation is the same for 50 years.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes.
What is you say 600 month or something? I forgot that.
I told my friend, I said, listen to me. I've been listening to you for 600 months.
Yep.
And she goes to me, 600 months? I said, yes, do the damn math. I've known you for 50 years. And I've been listening to you, same conversation, different date, different year, different time of day, different day of week, but the same bloody conversation, man. Get over it. This is just rubbish, utter rubbish,
Very much.
So,
and then I tell myself, I'm not a garbage bin.
Well, when I told her that, she was shocked. She said, oh my God. I said, God has nothing to do with it. This is all you're doing. God is not in it. Don't go blaming him for that. So get over it. And I said, when you start this conversation again, I am going to hang up on you. So the first time she did it, I said, I have to go. If you're going down that rabbit hole again, I have to go. So I just dropped the phone. I said, I have to go. Because
Yeah.
it,
But
it
how about like some people, they don't have a courage to say that,
well, then do
right?
not
What do
answer
you
the
recommend?
phone.
What is the like small actions
If
you
you
can
do not
recommend?
have the if you do not have the courage to say no, we're not
I
going
have to
there,
go, or like,
I
yeah.
have to go. So what you do, you know is they calling, let it go to message. Then when you are ready, you get either
Yes.
you get a glass of wine, a piece of cheese, a
Okay.
handful of raisins, and some almonds, and you sit at the table, you pick up the phone, and now you are in control because you are prepared. All your comforts
I
is
like the
around
action.
you,
I can take the
and
action
you're
right
prepared,
away.
and you go, hi, how are you? I missed your call. I'm so sorry I missed your call. Oh, I had something to tell you. And then you go, can you tell me another time, because there is something I have to do and I can't stay. That's why I'm calling you to tell you. I'll talk to you again another time. Bye. She cannot say you did not return. He cannot say you did not return the call. You did return the call.
Yes, that's so true.
Yeah,
So like
so
it's like everybody. So 1% action you can take it right away is do not answer. Just let it in answering machine and have a sip of wine. Get ready
yeah,
for the wine
yeah,
and cheese
popcorn. I don't
and
care what you have.
raisins. Just have it,
Guess what? Yeah,
and then you take control.
and then you shake, and then after if you have to listen, do not forget to just paste Taylor Swift, shake it up. Tell Google, tell Alexa,
Yeah.
somebody to do it for you, and
Yes.
shake it off, and just let it go. You don't have to be rude.
No.
But I had to tell my friend I had enough of you. I
That's
had
so
to
true.
say to her, 50 years of listening, my husband is bad, he's this, he's stingy, he's this. And then she goes to the end. He's all of that, but then he doesn't run around. I said, heaven help you. He should be running around, because then you wouldn't have that frustrated human being bugging you in your life. So then
But you know what? Yeah, but thank you for sharing your experience, Tessa, because what you've been going through, I'm sure it was painful. Like there was a moment, like 50 years.
No.
But
No.
I don't know, but that really helped though.
No. I'm a Taurus. Once I make up my mind, it's not painful. I was born on May 10th. Once we take it, I could take it for maybe 100 years, but I knew there was going to be a day that it was coming. And when that day came, I just let it go. I felt no remorse. I was fine with it. And I said, I've been listening to you for, you can tell I calculated it, because I did not say 50 years. I said 600 months. So I was prepared. If you know me, I was prepared.
Yeah.
And once I did it, I didn't care.
Yeah.
I told her that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so true. And then also, there are some comments. Like Erika said, she's got stressed about for job because she has to answer the phone. But when she gets home, she dance, shake it off too, right?
You have to shake it off.
Yeah, the Don said, I would text them back.
And another thing,
I'll call them back. That's a great idea.
Yes, you can call them back, and then you're in control. Another thing you people should do, especially through this COVID season or whatever it is, have music on in your house. Always have music on in your house.
Very helpful.
Very helpful. Music on. Just have the music. I love classical. Well, I love all music. I will dance to whatever is happening. So I sometimes in the morning, like when I'm working, I'm reading or I'm writing or doing stuff, I have classical music on. But some classical music can go.
Oh yeah.
And I can stop with that, right?
Yeah.
I will stop and I will take it in. But that helps you too, because it takes your mind away from a lot of things. So music is very important to play and have. There's so many areas you can get it.
Yeah.
I put it on YouTube on one of the TVs, and I have it blasting all through the house.
Yeah, the Frank said dance to whatever happening. Yeah.
Yes, you have to.
That's so true, Frank. Yeah.
Because my son made me laugh. He said, besides you collapsing, if I come to this house and there was not
collapsing,
and
you had a moment, singing, right?
I had a moment singing. He said I would go back out and check the address. because he said, I always knew when you open that door during the Christmas season, that's all you're going to hear. One of those crooners crooning away. And so there has to have music everywhere you are. Whether if you cannot make it, then find it and play it. But we need music. What are you drinking, sake?
I wish. No, it's herb tea, but it's, with my, I gotta treat myself like a queen.
Treat yourself like the emperor is not coming. You go.
Emperor is not coming. Right?
So let us go back to that. Okay.
Yes.
So let us talk about the music thing. Having music and dancing. Music should be playing, whether it's loud or low. And if you cannot take music, another song that is good to play in your house to keep you going is to put the Om song. You can get it and just have it going. It clears the air for you. That song of it's really good.
Yes,
it helps your heartbeat. It helps your motion. It's not your emotion alone, but your motion. You feel and you can go as it falls and as it rises. So does your heart.
Yes.
So there's all kinds of things to ingest. You do not have to ingest what you do not want to ingest. It's not necessary.
Yes. And then so you can get your vibration, you're gonna get your own vibe.
Yes.
And if you have a good vibe, and Frank said our vibe attract good. It's kind of hard to read the comment now. Our vibe attract our tribe. Yeah,
it does.
That's what happens.
Yes.
But you have to create your own vibe.
You
gotta know how. And Tessa is showing how. Music is good.
Music is good, and you have to. It's dull for you to be locked down or whatever we are going through, and then all you hear is the sound of the furnace or the wind or something. You have to put some music on to help you to realize, hey, there's a world out there besides these four walls that you're in right now.
Yeah.
And dancing and doing those things help. A lot of people are suffering with depression.
Yes.
And again, it's what they're taking in.
Yes, what they're taking in, watching. I know a lady. She's like in the 80s. She's depressed all the time, and she watches news all the time. And then she just like, I worry this, I worry that, I worry this one, and then she's starting to her worry gets bigger.
But she's ingesting negative news. Have you seen these people's faces? Because I listen to people's word. When the news announcers are telling you about something, and they go, and then there was this, and their face goes into.
Okay, the poster too.
And they're coming to your nerve, and they're telling you how horrible everything is, and then they get more horrible people to put on this horrible thing, and everybody's being horrible, and you are sitting there with a bag of chips. Oh God, I just swallowed, come on.
Yeah.
Put some music on, turn them off and dance.
Because single person says, I'm worried about it. It's horrible. And then there are posters like that, but I never seen they're just, it's horrible.
No, they don't.
It's
all of that is what
I never seen people like that.
And these are the things we are taking in. These are the things we are ingesting. So whether it's what they're saying on the news or the food you're eating or what your friend is gossiping about and what you're thinking, it just doesn't make anything because it all affects you.
That's right.
And you have to choose. But you can only choose if you are in the moment.
Yes.
Because it's in those moments, in the moment you're in, that the miracles happen in your life.
Yes,
Yes, you have to be in the now, in the moment. And because that's when you can make better choices.
Yeah. I want us to say, in the moment, as soon as you caught yourself and oh my gosh, another watch of news.
Yeah.
Or I'm watching the news. Another time I'm watching news again. I starting got the feeling back. When you caught the moment, have a courage to shut down. Have a courage to just stop watching. Have a courage to turn TV off, walk away, and tell Alexa, the Suris, and whatever, tell, hey, Siri, I shouldn't say that.
Don't
If I
say that.
say that,
Just
it'll
don't
start.
go there. We would have music.
If I start saying that, my iPhone's gonna start
I
playing
have,
music.
I have
But
every one of them. They'll be talking. No, don't
I
do that.
know. So I'm not gonna say that. Just ask, or like you can turn it on. Play music. Play music. I have iTunes music. It says wine and dinner. I have the
Yes.
music.
Mm-hmm.
It's very cheerful music. Like
Yes.
125 songs in it. Like just so good.
Choose. You
Uplifting.
have to be able to choose. Even
Yeah.
ingestion is choosing when. You
Mhm.
choose what you eat. You choose what you watch. You choose what you listen to.
Yes.
You choose your behavior. You choose your action, and you choose the
I love
results.
that.
You choose
Yes.
how to react to all of those things. But you have to be more concerned about the now.
Mhm.
It's no point you are walking and you're thinking about what mistakes you made, and you're thinking about what you tomorrow is
Yeah.
not there. Tomorrow is a mystery. Tomorrow is a promise that might not be kept. And the past, you cannot go in reverse and fix it. There is no fixing it up.
So
And
now,
that's why
yeah.
when people talk to me and they make comments like, I'm going back to school, I said, no, you're not going back. You're just going to school. You cannot go back to being 17 and 18. Because if that's when you left, you're not going back there. Nothing will be the same. So get over it and make a statement in the present. I am going to go to school, or I am going to school. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be more conscious. I'm going to be more in the moment.
Yeah.
But don't tell me about behind you.
Yeah.
There's a small review mirror and a big thing at the front. So you have to stay in the moment and choose what you take in your stomach, because it does affect you.
Mhm.
In your head, you're everywhere. What you
Everywhere.
listen to, what you hear. The news affects your body. It affects, while you are just stressing over it, your heart is going. You say, oh my God, I wonder. Oh my goodness, I wonder. Why? We have to be wondering for 2 years. Isn't it time to stop wondering and just let the damn thing
Yeah.
be?
Yeah.
Do what you're supposed to do, or you feel like doing, and let it be.
Yes. Yeah. You can choose it. You can choose it, right? The power of choice. Just
It is.
choose the moment. Like this is from now on, I am going to choose. Have a better choice. And like I remember you've said that the things I'm doing right now is it going to get closer to what I desire, or like keeping
Yes,
away
I
from
have that that is in the book of goals. It's in the book of goals. That's what I said. Is my action today going to take me closer to my goals or further away from my goals?
Yes, I love the word.
And every day we have to ask that question. Or
Yeah.
What I'm going to do, is it aligned with my desires?
Yeah.
And that is why every 40 page in the book, there's a quotation. In the book of goals, there's a quotation to remind you who you are and what your plans are. And that one says, if the decisions I'm doing now, or the step I'm doing, whatever you want to say, is it going to take me closer to my goals or further away from my goals?
Yes.
And then what I'm doing now, is that aligned with my desires and my goals? Is it? And if it's not, then change it.
You have a power to change it.
Yes, and
Your
choose
thought.
stop.
Yes.
But you cannot make that choice if you're not in the moment. If you're just willy-dilly and you're going in a wind that doesn't belong to your wind, it's not right. I had a blog on WordPress I wrote 3 years ago, and I'm talking about two young women having a conversation. It was a financial blog. And one of the ladies said to the other lady, I am going on vacation and the price is really good. Would you like to come? So the woman who was not in the moment, who was not prepared, who hadn't planned for a vacation, said, sure. She picked up her credit card. She got her vacation, went on the vacation, had a great time. The following year, the same young lady said to her, we had such a good time together. Would you like to go on a vacation with me? And then this young lady said, I can't go on a vacation with you. I am still paying for the vacation I took with you because I didn't plan it. And the other one said, you mean you do not have a vacation account where you put money every payday to go?
Mm-hmm.
She said, no. So this person who had planned and was in the moment doing her thing got somebody else who had no plans and dragged them into her wind. Like she had set her sail to go on vacation in her, it's a wind, her wind. And this person
Yes.
who did not have her own wind planned or what she was going to do followed her and ended up paying for that vacation for years and years.
After
So
vacation.
after the vacation, because she wasn't in the moment
Wow.
when she made the decision.
Yeah.
She had to
Yeah.
say, I do not have the money set aside. Or she should have sat down and figured out, how am I going to pay for this? But she just said, yeah, I'm going to come. So she was not in the moment. And that's what I mean when I say stay in the moment as much as you can. It's not an easy thing to do. I have to do work on it every day.
Me too. When you were talking, I just like, wow, I've done it so many times. I wasn't in the moment. I'm not in the moment to make a decision. I just like, oh, all right. And after that, just like, oh my gosh, why did I say yes? And what, like just that's like starting to regret or like paying a little bit more or just I had to join, go somewhere like I didn't really want to,
Because you weren't
but
in the
all I
moment
needed to one decision. Like I have to train myself.
to think.
I am going to train myself, and shouldn't I am. I gotta train myself just to engage a moment, have a moment, ask
Every day.
myself.
Yes, every day. It's a process.
Day.
It's not what the things we talk to you guys about is not that we are expert at it. What we are at it is that we too are letting you know, although we do these things, we still have to work at it.
Yeah.
We have to work at getting up on time in the morning. So we have to work on staying in the moment.
Yeah.
If you plan to wake up at 6 and one day you decide to wake up at 7, you're not in the moment. You're already not in the moment. So there are all kinds of distractions to pull you away from the moment. We go through it ourselves.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And yes.
All kinds of distractions. Yes. Sometimes it's so hard to say no. I get pulled those distractions. But when just like exercise, like when I'm exercise like practice or trying to exercise and not like how does it keep practicing be in the moment, keep practicing be in the moment. And I know I get better. I know I am better than a year ago, 2 years ago. Like I can be in the moment better because you help me out, and then there's some other people help me out to make it like be in the moment.
Yes, it's a constant job. It's not an easy thing to do.
No,
it's
I feel like I'm a student
job.
too. I'm still like student of my life too. So
yes. So what we have to remember is that everything you do, you're taking it in one form, shape, or the other. Everything we do, from thinking to talking to walking to eating to choosing, we are all taking it in, and we're taking it in mentally, spiritually, emotionally. We're taking it in, and we have to guard that, because that grand body of ours, and mind and soul and spirit, we need to keep them sharp and on tune. We cannot just keep ingesting garbage from everywhere and expect to be able to win or to be successful. The garbage we're taking in, it's like a load. It's like somebody give you a sack every morning on your back full of rocks, and you have to walk through the day with
and heavy.
Yeah, the news starts. And you imagine you turn on your phone in the morning and you're looking at the news, or you're looking at your girlfriend who took a picture of her pimple or her foot and tell you, oh, look at my toe. Really? That's how you want to start your day?
No. That's big no-no. Like just
as soon as you turn on the TV, all you hear is how many murders they had.
All you're dealing with somebody else's agenda too.
Yes,
all the time. Life.
So, and you're taking it in. How can you see your own self in a better world? if the world you're absorbing all the time is a one of doom and gloom. Choices. I'm not saying you shouldn't know a little bit about what's going on in the world, but not 24/7. What CNN talks about, MSNBC talks about, ABC, CBS, CP24, CTV, name them. They all talk about the same thing.
Yep.
It's just different voices, different numbers, different people. But is the conversation still on mem shows? Is the same thing. So
but some people, they're binge watching them. Binge watching. One
but
after another.
Can you imagine what they could accomplish in that day if they choose to?
Well, at the end of the day, they are filled with anxiety, worry, anger, criticism, right? They're not doing. How about yourself? Did you take a moment? Did you take a moment today to take care of yourself? Maybe not. That's why I'm a big fan of not, when I wake up in the morning, do the things it's good for you. I mean, I believe it morning routine. I engage myself, not like engage phone and in somebody else's agenda.
No. And they're swiping, and then somebody says, I don't know how you can be on Instagram. I say I'm on Instagram twice a day. And I do not turn my phone on until 8 a.m. or 10 minutes to 8. And I schedule, and I do not spend a lot of time on anything.
No.
And emails can come. If I'm not interested, I just delete them.
Yeah.
I just empty them, to the point sometimes I empty something I should keep.
I've done it. Just like,
and I go, that one is a good one. It's too late.
And I have to go through junk mail, like,
look for it. Oh, trash.
That happens. But the thing is, you gotta choose. What do you ingest for yourself, for your life? You have a power of choice. You can choose it, right? You can choose it. So it's time. It's still not too late. 2022. I would strongly recommend buy Tessa's goal setting journal.
Thanks for
write it down with blue pen, right? Really, really help. You gotta take back to your life. You gotta take the power. I'm sure you get everybody. So many people, they get tired of these situations, right?
Yes.
We live in Ontario. We like half lockdown again.
We're locked down again.
But you know what, Tessa and I, we don't, spend all our days and keep complaining.
No.
We got things to do. We got things
going.
To do. Yeah, gotta get going.
You have to choose. This is early. Today is what, the 9th?
Yep.
The 9th day out of 365 days. So really, you have 386 days left for you to make a difference. For you to decide what it is you want to do with your life.
Yeah, and still not too late.
Yeah, it's not too late. Write down some goals. And I mean, our goal setting journal is to die for. We know that.
Oh my gosh. Yes,
write down your goals.
I've ordered mine. Yay!
Who said that?
Dawn.
Who's
Dawn?
Oh yeah.
Yay!
And that's what you have to remember. Write down what you plan to do, so that, and if it's possible, do it in a calendar. Do it in a calendar, so you know throughout the day what it is you're doing.
Yes.
You understand? So you're just not letting the day take control of you, because if you do not control the day will control you.
Yes.
And you will ingest garbage. Again, more garbage coming in your mind, your heart, your soul, your spirit. Some people ingest so much news that they're hating people they will never see in their life. Or they will never see in the flesh.
Yeah, I don't think my husband never have ever seen Donald Trump. That was like a little long time ago. But I don't think some people, they never seen Trudeau in his life.
No, they never see them. But they hate them.
True. I like the points. I like it when you point it out.
You don't know nothing about this human being. If you're standing next to them, they might not even, they'll think you were a fly. But there you are, hating them for what? you for what they think, what they do. Why don't you take that time? That hate is an emotion. Use that emotion to create something fabulous in your life.
Yeah.
And that is what I'm asking people to do. Watch what you are ingesting. If what you are ingesting is making you feel yucky, then maybe you should do something about that yucky feeling.
Yes.
Thoughts, what you hear and you put in your head, and you hate a person that lives in Timbuktu, but the news said they were bad. So you don't know them. You're spending time. Then they go and Google, oh, did you know he did that? I said, I don't care what he did, man. He's not going to make my day any better.
No.
And that's what we have to do. Do not leave the news alone. Some roller coaster podcast said, I don't watch the news.
Lucy.
I know
Lucy, you don't watch news. I know.
No.
But I watch her podcast though. I listen to her podcast.
I do, and I do not watch the news because it's the same news and you are taking it in. And like you said, when a person is telling you, well, you know what's going on today, and that's how they are. And we know. But anyway, my darlings, this is the first show of season 2.
Yes,
the Sunday self-care show, our first show of the year.
I love it. It's like lots of people show up. And my dear friend Paige, good morning, Paige, you're a young person, but I am so happy you wake and you just, you leave a comment. Yeah, she said, I like to write what I have to do that in my journal and checklist. Good for you.
Yeah,
and it's okay. I don't get it all done. That's so true. If you don't get it all done, it's okay. Yeah.
Yes, you don't. If it doesn't, you just put it for tomorrow. You work on it. The point is not having that control. Yes. The point is to have the control. If you do not have the control, that is when you end up in that type of a situation.
That's so true.
So we had, there's so many names to mention, we can't. But everybody, thank you so much for coming. We missed you, and we hope we gave you something of value. Yuko and I come every time we show up is to give you great value for you taking the time to come and be with us. For you choosing to press the button. That's a choice.
Yep.
And you put yourself in this motion for you to feel what we're feeling. And all we teach, we ourselves practice. And all your struggles, we have them too. That's why we can tell you what we did to get over them.
Yes.
I
know. So like when we do the show, and Tessa and I, we have an intention. Like when you guys finish watching the show, you leave with smile and like more energy. Like Tessa and I, we have an intention. Like you guys I'm pretty sure after watch this show, you guys can have great self-care day, right? Sunday.
Yes, and that's why we do it on a Sunday. We wanted to give you that time to think about what we talk about. And again, we are asking you, if you have any ideas of topics, give it to us.
Yes.
We will bring you all the topics we know and we can find that we have tried. Everything we talk about, we tried.
Yes.
And everything we talk about, we prepare for it. And everything we talk about, we discuss it. So that
yes. I did like 1, 2, 4 pages for today.
That's what I had to adjust microphone here. So, and we bring those things to you so that you know that what you're thinking about, so are we. What you're working out, so are we.
Yep.
What we ask you to try, we have tried it and it works. So we're telling you, dance, play music in your house, watch what you eat, watch what you take in, watch what you listen to. Gossip is not there. You should go talk to your friend who's gossiping and say, no, not today. And try to do your best at everything you do. And remember,
don't answer the phone.
And remember to use exquisite words in your speech. And have a wonderful Sunday. What about you, Yoko?
Oh, well, you said everything what I wanted to say.
Well, say it again. Sorry, say it again.
I cannot repeat, but all I want to say is I really, really, really appreciate that you guys precious morning time or nighttime, you guys spend time with us. And we couldn't read all the comments, but so happy. We love to see you guys comment and sharing, right? And then your comments, even if we couldn't read all your comments, somebody else here reading comments and then maybe helping your comments helping somebody else. And also, like Tessa and I said, if you do self-care practice that really helping to you, and then you can just let us know, or you can, when you post on your Instagram, tag our name. That way we get to know your self-care practice, right?
Thank you for that, Yoko. You see, it's a good thing I said all the rest. What you said there is very important. So you heard what Yuko said. So make sure you do that so that we can see what you're doing. Tag our name. You know us. Tag us and we will come in and check it out. And we will tag you back. So have a wonderful day. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tessa. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Yuko. Bye-bye. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Have a great self-care Sunday.
Yeah, for sure.